Right, there we go. Hey, Linda. Linda, there you go. How is everyone doing today? I am happy to be here with everyone. We've got this great building to draw. It's a chapel in the national park called Yosemite. So we will get to that in just a second here. My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws, and this is our Monday afternoon live draw. Every Monday we get together at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we end up drawing. Oh, let me do this. I was just doing a little quick gesture. Let me fix that. And let me get rid of that. Okay, there we go. You got to see behind the scenes there. Let's start fresh, okay? All right. My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws, and this is our Monday afternoon live. We always get together on Monday afternoons, and we draw a landscape. If you'd like to participate in voting of which picture we want to draw, you should join our Facebook group. I will post a number of pictures in Monday morning, and our group will vote on which one they wanted, and this is the winner. And so this is what we're going to tackle today. It should be pretty. It looks easy, but there are some perspective problems, difficulties here that I hope to take you through step by step, and we will hopefully take the pain out of it and have a nice little picture in the next hour or so. So I am live. If you're watching and you have a question, or if I'm going too fast, please leave a comment and I will monitor that and take care of that. In the meantime, let me wet my whistle and let's get right into this, okay? So the way that we're going to build this, and this is the way that I approach any type of building, I like to break it down into the most simplest form. So I like to draw a cube and then, in a sense, a triangle on top, and then build that out. So essentially, we're gonna build this. We're gonna do the perspective first of the bottom part of this house. Okay. We're gonna find the center of that square, and the way that we do that is to connect the corners like this. Draw an X. Then we are gonna extend a straight line from that center. Then we're going to build this triangle on top of this, okay? And then we're going to build the steeple on top of that. Same thing, find the center, and build the temple, the peak, the roof part of the steeple there, okay? So that's essentially what we're going to do. I wanted to give you an overview. So let's clear that out. Okay, let's start off with this. Another thing I want to say before we jump into it, the bottom of this chapel is almost at eye level, so it's going to be very flat. And let me show you what I mean by that. This is going to be very flat on the bottom. Now, if this chapel were to drop below that vanishing point, you would find it more square like that. Okay, so don't let that fool you. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So let's start off with a nice framework here. This is what we're going to keep our picture in. And I'm going to show you how to use a perspective grid in order to get this whole thing squared up, okay? Let's go ahead and draw the horizon line. The horizon line is going to be right here. You can see just about the edge where the mountain comes in contact with the ground. So we could just lightly put a line going across. And then whenever I'm drawing a building like this, I always look for the corner that's closest to me. So that corner is going to be right behind the tree here, but we can envision that. So it's going to be right there. So that's the first mark that we're going to want to put in. And notice where it comes in contact with the horizon line. So it's going to drop just below that. So let's try and take a good guesstimate where that's going to go. And it's going to be right about here, I think. I'm going to keep my marks light at the very beginning here. We'll come back and darken them up. Okay. Let's get this other edge. It's going to be right about there. Okay, so let's get that edge in as well. And so that edge is going to be, I'm going to go right about there. Okay. Let's go ahead and I'm going to call this, this is going to be A and this is going to be B. And so we'll keep referring back to those. So let's go to A first and just put a light dot right above. That will be the top corner of that chapel right there. And then slowly, this doesn't have to be dramatic, but just slightly give me a bit of an angle, okay? And this is going to be the top of B. Let's jump down below. The bottom part of A will be there, and then B is just going to be slightly. This is going to be far, not as dramatic, but that's what we're looking for. The front bottom part of this chapel. Okay, let's go ahead and draw an X. Draw a lightly colored X here, and I'm turning my iPad slightly. I'm spinning it. Something like this. It's easier for me to draw those lines if I'm bringing my arm across ways like this, you see? So if you need to spin your sketch pad a little bit, yeah, it's totally okay. Okay, with that being said, let's go ahead and draw the center line of this, and I'm just going to spin my pad around because it's easier for me to keep everything parallel. So very lightly, I'm just going to put that in just like that. Okay, let's go ahead and put a dot right on that center line where we think the top part of that church is going to be. And then very carefully, I'm going to make mine just a little bit higher there. Just go ahead and connect that there, and then again I'm going to spin my paper so I could keep that motion of my arm going in this direction. Okay, let's draw a bit of a perspective grid here, okay? So next thing I want to do is I'm turning my paper and I'm going to extend B so it goes straight up like this. And do this slightly because we're going to erase these lines. And also extend A, so it goes up just like that, okay? And I'm not using any trickery here. I'm not using the computer per se to keep my line straight. These are just trying to keep my line nice and straight. Freehanding it. Okay, let's take this distance on A between here and here and match that. And that's going to go up equal distance there. And let's do that again, equal distance up there, just like that. Okay, let's do the same thing on B, side B here. Let's equal this distance from here to here. Just go up once and then do it again. Excuse me. And then I want you to connect those. That's going to be the beginning of a perspective grid for us. So we'll leave that as we'll leave those guides up as we draw the rest of this church. Okay, from A, let's jump over here, and this is, I'll change the color here. That's not a good color. This is going to be C back here. So let's come back here and draw C, and we'll put C right about there. And now this is a little bit of a guess, but this is going to converge, so we just get a nice angle there. And on the bottom, it's also going to slightly converge. Get a nice angle there. Okay, once again, let's turn our page a little bit. And we're going to want to extend a straight line going up from C, just like this. I suppose you could even think of this as like scaffolding. You know, these are all the guides that we'll use in order to get our picture in nice in perspective. Okay, we're going to take the width of C right there, and we're going to double that. So there's an equal length, and then one more time an equal length. So 1, 2, 3. Those should be all equal lengths. All right, and then you can connect those and connect that. Okay, let's get this let's get the doorway, the doorway part of the church and those stairs up front there, okay? So let me show you what we're going to do first so that you're not surprised, okay? We're going to draw this, and I'm drawing through this shape right here. You see this? That's like the back end You see that? That's the back end. Let's put that, let's get that in first, and then we'll draw the front end here, okay? So let's get the back end first. And that's going to be in the center here. And I'm just going to kind of guesstimate of where this should be, okay? So I'm going to make mine right about there. And then right where it comes in contact with that diagonal line, this is then going to go back to that vanishing point. And then when it hits the other diagonal, then it's going to come straight down, just like this. All right. Let's get this top part there. And this angle is up to you. All right, I'm just kind of making mine parallel to the roof line right there. And then it's going to come back down this back side there, just like that. And by the way, if you feel like if you need me to repeat something, please, this is the advantage you get by being here live with me, that if there's something that you get lost, I'm more than happy to pause and to help you get back on speed again. Okay. Okay, let's come down to this corner here. And we're going to come out, and this line is going to kind of go back toward this vanishing point. So we're going to come out just a little bit there. And we'll do the same thing. Remember, this is also going back to this vanishing point that is over here. Okay, I'm at this guy right there. He's going to go back to this vanishing point, and then where these two, this is the front corner right there. All your lines in this, most of your lines in this thing are either going to go to this vanishing point, or they're going to go back to this vanishing point, or they're going to be straight up and down, okay? Just remember that. Looked like we froze for a quick minute there. Oops, what's going on? Yeah, hold on here. It's giving me a little slow on my end. You could go get yourself a cup of tea. Hold on. Let's see if it corrects itself. Let's see here. Oh, I think we're good again. Let's see here. All right. I think we're back. Nope. Nope. Okay, I think we're looking good now. All right, let's keep going. Great. Okay, thanks for holding on. It gave me time to catch up, just joining. Excellent, Darlene. Okay, let's go ahead and get this base in here. So I'm going to come up here. I'm coming back up to this guy right there. And I'm going to come up right about at eye level. And let me make sure that this is broadcasting here. Hold on. There we go. Okay. We're back. Let's keep going. So I'm going to come right up here at eye level, and I'm going to extend this line going right across there. Yes, we're back. and then down here, let's call this line right there, okay? I'm going to come out about halfway here. You see I've kind of built this box here. And then I'm going to add this ramp. Those are going to be my steps. And I could just add some lines right now to represent those steps. Okay, let's continue here. I'm right here in this corner. This corner is going to come up. This is all going to the vanishing point. So this corner is going to come out to the vanishing point. Straight down right there. It's going to come over across. Straight down right there. And then this you could once again draw an X in this front one here. I think this is the hardest part, getting this front entrance here. All right, I'll give you a second there to get all that. That was quite a bit. Okay, so this little peak right here, you see this? This is going to go back to the vanishing point over here. So let's just get a line that is going back. Okay, that's going to come up right to there. And then we want to connect this like this. And that is the front end of this church. Now, as you can see on mine, I didn't keep mine exactly the same proportion, but that's okay. Don't, we're just trying to be inspired, and we're not trying to match it. We don't have to match it exactly. Okay, let's go ahead and get the roof line. So let's come up here to this top point right here. And this is going to go back back toward that vanishing point over there. Then we're going to use this angle right there, and we're going to come back here to the corner and match that angle. And you all thought this was going to be the easy perspective one, huh? I'm just darkening in some of my lines over here. All right, let's get that steeple in place, okay? So the front end, let's just come in right about there, okay? I'm going to erase some of these little arrows here. Okay. So there's my little mark right there. And I'm going to, once again, spin my paper and make sure that I got a nice, that's going to be the center of the steeple, okay? I'll zoom in a little bit here. Okay, let's come down to this side of the steeple, and this is going to be parallel with this front end of the roof. And then this is going to go back to the vanishing point. It's going to go back in this direction. Okay, I'm going back here, then back up, and this is going to be parallel. Parallel right there. Oh, you know what? I don't need that line. I'm sorry. This back corner right here, I gotta turn my page again. This is going to go straight up. And this other corner is also going to go straight up. So I'm going to put both of those lines in right now while I'm have my sketchbook spun per se. Okay, now if I'm looking at the steeple, it's coming in at peak, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to make ours straight up and down, all right? All right, let's come up here to a height maybe just about there, okay? Then from this point, we're going to take this back to the vanishing point. So there's the side, there's that side of that steeple right there, okay? And then this one's going to go across this way to the other side. All right. All right, that's halfway there. Let's do another half right about there. So this is the steeple that we're dealing with right there, the base of it. All right, let's get the area where the bells are, and we're just going to bring 3 straight lines in like this. Okay, once again, this is going to go back to the vanishing point there, and then go to the vanishing point over here. And in our steeple, I just put a mark up on top of that center line there. And we're going to do that. Now this is going to go back to the vanishing point, the top of the roof there. And there we have it. Slightly different church building, but if you stuck with me this far and were able to navigate all that, you just drew yourself a real nice chapel that's in good perspective. Let's go ahead now, go in here and just erase some of these guides. They don't have to be perfectly erased, just generally, because we're going to put some things on top, but it will help as we continue our drawing here. Okay, let's add some tone so that it's easier for our mind to see like the edges. Little tone on that side. tone there. Little tone underneath the roof line there. Okay, let's keep going. All right, let's get this trail, this gravel trail that's coming in like this at a nice angle here. We got that angle coming in there as well. Okay. Let's get this tree in here. So the first thing with this tree is I'm going to kind of rough in some type of containment area, a containment line. This is going to give me about how far to extend all these bushes, all the branches and everything. Now I'm going to squint my eyes, and the rock face that is behind the trees, I'm going to add just an overall tone to that so it will separate itself from the trees. Then I'm going to add some surface lines or some tone to the stone path that's heading up to the church there. You could also extend some tone on the left side here because I don't want this to be the white of the page. The portion of the page I want to pick up the whiteness of the page is going to be the facade of parts of the church and some of the leaves in the background, okay? All right, let's go ahead and add also the containment line that we're going to use for this bush over here. Okay, let's work on the grass in the bottom left here. So what I'm going to do here is slowly add surface lines to the ground. That's going to show kind of some type of texture surface. Okay, this is all my underdrawing here. even the stone path, I'm adding a little bit of texture too as well. Maybe some little stones or dots. Okay. I'm going to add some grasses now, and I'm pushing down and pulling up like this. Grouping some together, spreading others apart. Almost like you were drawing a bouquet, and you were holding it together. Try not to make them all evenly spaced. All right, let's work on this bush now. Now I'm looking at the bush and I'm thinking a round form. So back here, I'm going to come in darker. And then over here, it'll be lighter. In the far left, I really want to darken it so it's almost like a silhouette over there. You could even add a slight tone to the front of the church there so that the leaves will pop off on that tree. I'm just adding some tone to the back end of this church here. Let's get some roof tiles in here, okay? Let's work back. Let's get back into our church again here. So this is what I want you to do. This corner right there, and this corner, I want you to come halfway between those two. And then come to the front and go halfway as well, like that. Then lightly draw a line across there. And then slowly, very carefully, start dividing each one of those sections in half. then you could do the same from the top, the steeple up on top there. All right, let's get this big old tree here. Let's put some work into the tree behind the church here. So I'm going to work on some of these branches, and these branches are coming out like this. I'm not putting a lot of them in yet. Now I'm going to squint my eyes and slowly add value at the same time, where some of these, I'm not putting in the details of the leaves. Right now I'm just going to put like a base value. Wow, it looks like there's a real dark pine tree back here. When you draw these pine trees, be careful. Don't do them don't make your sides exactly the same. Try and, do one this side, and then one is a little bit lower, and then a little bit lower, and then a little bit lower. You see, you're looking for variation. Okay, so I'm going to add just some indication of leaves here. But I'm thinking this more of as groups. As I'm dropping tone, I'm thinking about, one of the things I'm thinking about is what is the tone next to it? So I'm trying to make sure that the tones are different as they come in contact, and that's going to create a lot of nice contrast. There's this nice paneling. It's on the facade of the front of this facade of this building here. So I want to use surface lines to try and pick up that look. Okay.